We're visiting now with Libby Wilkins. She's originally from the Ainsworth FFA Chapter, this year serving as Nebraska FFA State Vice President. Libby, great to see you.
Good to see you too, Bryce.
Let's talk about this convention. We're a couple sessions in at this point, but still the magic of Pinnacle Banker, I'm sure, alive and well. What's this moment mean to you being here as a state officer?
Yeah, I guess going into state office, I thought that convention was just a really fun time to get to speak on stage and all those things. But as it's turned out, it's just been such a cool time to be able to reconnect with people, reconnect with members that you've seen throughout the years, business sponsors that you've been on business and industry visits with, all those kinds of things. And that's been my favorite part.
Let's back up a little bit, talk about your background in agriculture. You mentioned you're from the Ainsworth area. Tell me about how you grew up around ag and then how you got involved with the FFA.
So I actually grew up in town. I wasn't out on the farm, but my family grows corn and soybeans and then have cattle also. And so that's kind of how I grew up around the ag industry. I really dived into it during my junior and senior year of high school, where I started an SAE where I grew corn and soybeans of my own, and so that was a really cool experience. But then I got into FFA. I'm the youngest of 4 kids, so all of us were in FFA. We're super involved, and I guess I've kind of followed in my siblings' footsteps.
Let's make sure I get this right. So you've got 3 siblings or
Yep,
4?
3 siblings.
Okay, and so you are number 3 to serve as a state FFA officer.
Yep.
I'm trying to make sure I get all my math right here.
Yep.
What was it like as to be the younger sibling of state officers? What was that experience like for you?
So my first year, my oldest brother was a freshman in college when I was in 6th grade. So I was able to come down to state convention, and that was when I first was like, whoa, this is a big deal. This is really cool. This is so much fun. And so I really had a great experience with that. My other brother, actually, he finished up his year on Zoom because of COVID, but you see the really good sides of being a state officer, but you also see all the time and energy and effort that it takes to be one. So senior year was when I really decided, like, this is a path that I want to pursue.
Have you been able to lean on your siblings going through this experience, knowing that they have as well?
Yeah, it has been really helpful. Just hearing some of their stories from chapter visits or from, just their experiences has been so helpful going through this process. Talking to a sibling about something can be a little bit more personal than even a past state officer. So.
We'll talk about the team effort that comes around. You have 6 teammates on the Nebraska FFA State Officer team. How have you all grown together this past year?
I could not ask for a better team. I mean, we've just continued talking about how we spend a lot of time together, and we just love each other's presence, and so that is, I think, just made this experience what it is. It's just the people that you get to serve with, and just seeing every single person's growth and being able to grow alongside them, and everything that we do has been such a treat.
Putting you on the spot, favorite memory over the past year? Fill in the blank.
I think, so we did chapter visits a little differently this year. So we were able to travel to a central hub and then go to the chapters around there. And so we were staying in Norfolk, and we got an Airbnb, all 7 of us. And it was the first night, so I made soup, I made biscuits and whatever, and we just had like a team meal. And it was so great, and it was like cold out, and we had soup and all of the things. And yeah, that's probably my favorite memory from this whole year.
I think it was proclaimed in session 1 that you're the best baker of the team.
And cook.
And cook, okay, extends to that too. Let's talk quickly about your retiring address. What's the title and what's the message?
The title is Moments. So basically the idea is how we can live in the moment. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, much more to come on that front. Libby, we really appreciate the time. It's fun to sit down with you all and hear about the year of growth that you've had. And your retiring address will be delivered in which session? Remind us.
Session number 3.
All right. Stay tuned for that as we have session number 3 coming up here inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. That is Libby Wilkins, Nebraska FFA State Vice President.